Hi everyone, Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV. Today I'm going to show you a very slightly used coach. Very slightly, like it's a 2022. It has 1,200, less than 1,300, not 1,000 miles on it. Well, why do we have it? Well, this was special ordered by a very good customer of mine. They ordered it from Newmar. It's been a wonderful, fully functioning, no issues coach, but it's the wrong floor plan for them. They took it out a couple times and used it, called me and said, Chris, we just want a different layout. So we had to have the conversation of, well, you know, that's going to hurt a little trading one in that quickly. They understood, and the only conversation I can really have with people at that point is to say, you know, look, the sooner you tear the Band-Aid off, the better. Obviously, new coaches are continuing to go up. Used coaches, the book value on those continues to go down. And when you're trading, you pay what's in the middle. So if you're in the wrong coach, the sooner you tear the Band-Aid off, the better off you are. They agreed, tore the Band-Aid off, and here we are. This is a 2022 Newmar Kountry Star 3717 floor plan. All right, well, let's take a look. How did we equip this? They equipped it very well, actually. You can see it's trimmed out in the gray tones. I've got the seats turned around here because I think on a 37-footer, you'll do that a little more often, spin the seats around. We're on a Freightliner chassis with a 360 horsepower engine. This coach has 10,000 pounds of towing capacity behind it as well. On the passenger side here, or door side of the coach, we have a sofa that does fold out into a bed. The televator, the TV drops down in behind to expose a window and expose your view when you want it, or your TV when you don't. Perfect viewing angles in this coach. When you step across the aisle, we actually have the theater seating. Those are powered theater seats. Great storage, drink holders. It's all there. Great place for your remotes. The driver's seat actually makes a very good seat for watching TV as well, and you can even see it fairly decently from the passenger seat, so a lot of good viewing angles here. And then you step back to the booth dinette. The forward-facing portion of the booth would also be a good viewing angle. All right, not so much with the rear-facing. That's going to be your only bad seats in here as far as TV viewing. Now, let's get to pricing on this coach. That's what everybody wants to talk about. And we do too. On new coaches, we're not really allowed to. On used coaches, there's no rules. So where are we at on this coach? Well, first of all, let's talk about if you were to order a 2023 Newmar Kountry Star 3717 and equip it exactly like this, exactly like what we're looking at here, basically the same coach because they didn't change much on Kountry Star, it would be $430,000 MSRP. Obviously, we would discount down from that, but it's still, the price went up significantly for 2023. This is a 2022 with 1,200 miles on it. We have it advertised for $3,095, which is pretty much in line with the books. If you call and you ask for me, I will get this into some numbers that start with a 2. So we will be under $300,000 for your sale price on this coach. That is way, way, way less than you could buy a 2023 for. You still have factory warranty on this coach, so that's a good thing. So give me a call. Don't forget to ask for me, most important part. All right, moving on. We'll get into some of the storage on this coach. We've kind of talked about the layout a little bit. 37-footer. Now, a lot of people like a little smaller floor plan. They don't want to drive a 43, 45 footer down the road, and we understand that. The reason I spun the seats around is because I do think on a 37 footer, if you have guests with you, you'll be a little more likely to spin those chairs around than if you had a 45-foot coach. So that's why I have it set up kind of the way I do. Over here, we've got storage on either side, and then that's kind of our AV cabinet right there. There's a DVD player in there. The new ones don't come with DVD players. That's a Blu-ray player, so that's a little perk as well. We have the Samsung television matched up with the Bose soundbar. And then everybody likes to see kitchen storage, so let me just get these uppers. There's all the books, and you can see this coach is absolutely like new. I mean, absolutely like new. If they use this microwave, it doesn't look like it. And that is a convection microwave. We have a 3-burner cooktop here. Looks like it might have been lit once. Okay, storage as far as drawers go. 3 big ones. These are all the soft closed drawers. We have a flip down here for all your little scrubbies. A double barrel stainless sink. All right, let's put these back nice and gently. I don't wish to damage them. Now this is a little bit of a unique floor plan, the 3717, because this part, even though this is all slide out, this part is fixed. So this portion, there's that little island, I guess you'll call it here, doesn't move. Well, they did that to create obviously some more countertop space. This coach for a 37-footer has excellent countertop space. So when you bring the slide in, and we'll get some video of this part actually slides over this part. It still leaves one half of the sink fully functional, which is kind of just a cool way of doing things here. I think I forgot to show the storage down here. There's trash can storage down here. All right, under each half of the booth, we also have storage. Okay, that's on both sides. I'll just open the one, make it a shorter video that way. As we come back, this coach does have the refrigerator and the pantry in the middle. Okay, again, folks, it's brand new. I have to technically call this a used coach, but it's brand new. All right. Oh, look at this. Nice little spot up there for the cookie sheets. Okay. Another little cubby hole up here. And then you're going to love the pantry on this coach. Look at that. It's huge, full depth, same depth as the refrigerator, so those are like 36 inches deep. All right, step back again. How about some more pantry? As if that wasn't enough. All right, so we do have a midship bathroom on this coach. You know, a lot of times you're in with bath and a half coaches and all of that. That's a little tougher to do on a 37-footer. You know, you get into a bath and a half 37-footer, you're going to give up some furniture. So not everything really fits in there. But with this coach doing a single mid-bath, you have adequate space in the bathroom. I mean, you're not going to write home to talk about how huge this center bathroom is, but it's adequate. I'm going to step into the shower. It's a little tricky with the door right here. It normally would not be tricky. You've got room in here. You know, again, this isn't supposed to be the Taj Mahal of bathrooms, but there's adequate room and adequate storage. Nice medicine cabinet here. You do have the emergency egress door here as well. If you're not familiar with that, just Google Mount Comfort RV emergency egress door. We did separate videos on that. You know, toilet area here, sink area here. You've got adequate room. That's why I'm going to call this bathroom. Like I said, it's not huge by any stretch, but if you're trying to keep the size of the coach down, you know, there's going to be certain things that compromises, I guess you'd say, you have to make. So there we go. Come back into the bedroom. There's no compromises here. King size bed. This is a sleep number bed. Plenty of space in here. Look at the room at the foot of the bed. I mean, this is where you're getting dressed. There's just a lot of room here. We have 2 drawers this size. Okay. And then nice little cabinet area under the rear Samsung television. And then down below we have 3 drawers like this. 2 cabinets above here, and then another AV cabinet here. So this coach does have the satellite dish. It's got the Traveler satellite dish on it as well. So it's all equipped with that. All right. King size bed, as we talked about, sleep number. There's storage under the bed. This extra cushion here is for if you make the booth into a bed. That extra cushion comes into play for that. The booth does make into a bed. Stackable washer dryer. I believe that has never been used. I don't even see water spots. Of course, the dryer probably wouldn't have water spots. Let's check this one. I don't see water spots in there either. All right, moving on. Nice rear wardrobe. Hanging space here. Let's turn some light on in here. Hanging space all the way across back here. So this coach is good for long term. All right, now let's bring the slides in and we'll show you how this coach closes up. We're going to film this time so you can kind of see that happening, and we'll go from there. So on the back here, I'm going to start with this slide. I know this may be a little bit like watching paint dry, but we don't always film this portion of it. We kind of just close them and then turn it back on. Sometimes people want to see how this happens. So Newmar uses an electric cogwheel driven slide out. They're not the fastest in the world, but it's a very robust system and they're very reliable. This is a 4-slide coach, by the way. And the main reason I want to film this is to show you how up front there it works with the going over the sink. All right, now we're going to bring in the wardrobe slide here. All right, moving forward. Obviously, this aisleway did not change at all, so this is going to remain. As we get forward here, I need to get up this front cabinet. Let's rotate. There we go. All right, we're going to do the big slide here. This is a flat floor slide, so as it comes in, it kind of climbs up a little slope there. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to spin this seat around. Make sure I don't damage anything. And bring it forward just a little. We always get some trade-ins in with some trauma on the back of the seats, so always make sure your seat is clear. Slide rooms will make little miscellaneous noises. You'll hear creaking and stuff like that on any motorhome, and that's just because you're moving a very large room, very large portion of the room. All right, and last but not least, let me rotate this chair around. Troy, why don't you stand up here? Might be our best spot. There we go. So we don't squish Troy. Oh, wrong button. Helps if you press the right button. Pro tip. See the way the sink is coming, the countertop is coming over the sink there? It's still going to leave one half of the sink fully exposed and usable. Okay, so what do we have left? We're fully closed right now. I can walk down here. We'll close up some cabinets I left open. You're kind of doing the sideways shuffle here a little bit, but when you have 4 slide coaches, that's good. That's going to be the way it works. You know, if you only have a 2 slide coach, you got plenty of room when the slides are in. When you have a 4 slide coach, you have an amazing amount of space. When the slides are out, it's a little tighter going down the road, but this is very doable. You know, what do you really want to do to? You want to get to the refrigerator? Yep, I can get in here, no problem there. You want to get to the bathroom? That's why they make this door that pivots in the middle, the kind of hinges in the middle, so that you can get in here. Those are the things you need to get to. If you want to go back and lay on the bed, you can certainly walk right down through there and do that. So that's what we're looking at. All right, let's take a look at the outside of this coach. Okay, so before I go over all the outside features, I did fail to mention what the color packages and everything are on this coach. It has a Roca interior with a Roca exterior, and then the cabinets are Glacier glazed maple. So for those of you that follow these things and are considering new Newmars, those are your color packages that we used on this. All right, let's go over some of the features on here. It does have the, of course, Masterpiece paint finish, which is beautiful, but to protect that, they actually use the Diamond Shield clear film. It's hard to see on there, but they use it in all sorts of smart ways. Not only is it going to protect against those pesky Florida bugs and maybe some small rock chips as well, but also they put it around here because what are you going to be doing? You're going to be unlocking this door with a key in your hand. It'd be easy to drag the other keys on your paint. Ladies, if you have a big ring, okay, there's actually a piece of that clear film right back here. So they've thought of these ways to protect the coach right here underneath the, you know, if you kick that step going in, there's a clear film all the way across there. These things are probably hard to see on the camera, but they're there, and they're there to protect the coach. So just a couple of nice features. Of course, you do have a backup camera and turn signal activated side cameras to show you your blind spots. This is our flagpole holder. There's a little adapter that goes in here. You fly your favorite flag off of the coach here. No Purdue flags, they won't work. So right here's our fuel fill. Our fuel fill is doable from either side on this coach. Of course, just diesel fuel is all we're putting in here, but you can get to it from either side. That makes life so much easier at the pump. When you pull into a fuel station, you know, you're already the biggest thing there. And trying to find the right pump and all that, the last thing you need to worry about is which side. Just find a diesel pump you can get to, and you can fuel from either side. It's one tank, 2 fills. We do have aluminum wheels on here. These are Alcoa aluminum wheels. They used to do, this product used to be called the Ventana LE, and they used to have steel wheels with hubcap liners on them. This is such a much better look. They're easier to maintain because aluminum cleans up a lot better. They also run cooler going down the road because aluminum dissipates heat better. So all around, a win with the aluminum wheels. Big storage compartment here. All carpeted, all lined, nice thick insulated floor. Great place to put some goodies. They did option in a tray. We'll get to that in a second, but before we get to the tray, we have a large pass-through spot. It comes with a body bag. No, that's not a body bag. What is that? Okay, so that is our, that's an option you don't see very often, but they optioned it in. It's the hammock option. Okay, so you use this metal brace, and this the hammock is actually in that bag right there. It attaches to the coach back here. So one end goes here, the other end sticks straight out like this and stands up in its own, and you lay in between with your favorite icy cold beverage. How awesome is that? All right, they also optioned in a pull-out tray. Actually, I think we put this in. So nice pull-out tray here. That's the bedding for the bedroom. You notice the mattress wasn't covered, but the bedspread's all here. It's never been on it, so beautiful. Push that back in, it locks in place. Of course, this is lit down here. It's hard to tell that during the daytime, but trust me, it is. Another Samsung television on a pull-out swivel arm with a Bose soundbar right out here. Now, you might think, boy, that's down low. Well, it is if you're standing, but if you're seated, not only is it the right height, but it's also got a little sunshade here by making the door, the rest of these doors are side swing. This one flips up to act as a sunshade to take the glare off the TV. It's a great idea. 2 little cubbies here, again, fully lined, so things don't slide around too bad on you. And this coach is just clean from one end to the other. I mean, I could park this next to my new ones, and I don't think anybody's going to question me too much. Back here, this is your chassis batteries for the Freightliner chassis and a chassis disconnect if you put your coach in storage. Notice the way these slide rooms fit. These are the Newmar recessed into the wall slide outs instead of just a piece of plastic on here to cover the transition there. These, when it's recessed back in there like that, it's going to be more watertight, more airtight, and it just looks better. We do have a power awning up top. There's LED lights out here as well. All right, as we walk around to the back, a beautiful one-piece molded cap. The tail lights are up high so they can be seen over your tow just in case your towed lights aren't working. We can tow 10,000 pounds behind this coach. We have an air fitting on here if you have an air braking system. Like an Air Force One, this coach is ready for you. This coach does come with a ladder. They're doing fewer and fewer ladders these days because they're ugly, but you know, from a functionality standpoint, I like the idea of having a ladder. All right, we'll come back to this compartment back here. A lot of times on a diesel pusher, because you're so close to the engine, companies won't even give you this storage compartment, but Newmar looks at it and says, man, that's like a foot deep and 30 inches tall and all that good stuff, so let's make a compartment out of it. I guarantee you most RVers will find something to put in there. We step up into this compartment. We have a 50 amp shore power cord with a transfer switch with a built-in surge protector there. So all nice and curled up here in this compartment. And looks like we got a power monitor in here as well. All right, let's see what's behind this door. All right, so 2 dreaded things behind this door. Okay, first one is the DEF tank. What is DEF? Diesel exhaust fluid. If you're not familiar with it, give me a call. I'll explain it. I'm not going to bore everybody on this video, but it's part of the emissions. It's required on all diesel engines made after January 1st, 2010. And you'll see it on all diesel pickup trucks and everything as well. So it's not anything exclusive to the RV industry. You can buy it at any big fuel station that sells diesel fuel is probably going to have DEF. Some places, bigger truck stops and stuff, will have it on the pump, which is more convenient. How much of it do you use? Well, not that much. It's about 1 gallon per every 50 gallons of fuel. So every few fill-ups you'll add to this tank, but it's certainly not something you have to do every time. But it is something you have to have. What's in this next compartment? Well, that's sewer hose storage, okay? You don't want your sewer hose stored with anything else for obvious reasons. It gets its own little cubby hole back here on its own. We'll come forward into the next bay. This is our wet bay. This is the new way Newmar does it with the stainless steel backing. Everything's tremendously well labeled. We have a whole house water filtration system, so every drop of water that comes through this coach goes through that filter. This is where you would hook up your city water. This is where you would flush your black tank. That's not something you have to do every time, but maybe once every 6 months or so is not a bad idea to, while you're dumping, you actually turn some water on there and flush out the black tank. This is where the black tank terminates at. That's where you hook up your sewer hose. Notice that is inside this compartment instead of hanging down underneath the coach. That's one of the things that makes this a 4-season coach. But right back in there, there's a heat duct that you can't really see it, but there's a heat duct that heats this area. This is where your water lines are. This is where your water tanks are, and these compartments and the ones adjacent to them. And this is a very important area to keep warm if it's below freezing. Newmar's taking care of that for you. From here, you can see the back side of that tray. Again, this tray will pull out either side, so that's just awesome. Here's the other side of that pass-through storage. And then we step up here, we actually see 6 of the household batteries here. These are your 6-volt batteries for the house side of things. And then we have our propane bottle here as well, but you really won't use a lot of propane on this coach. Now this coach does have a couple things that run off of propane, 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. You have your furnace, you have your water heater, and you have your cooktop, but that's about it. The refrigerator is all electric and runs off of the inverter. One thing I skipped back here, right above where it says Country Star, that's your water heater, but that's not your normal like 6-gallon or 10-gallon water heater. That's a Truma system. That's unlimited hot water. So if you're hooked up at the campground and you can get rid of your gray water and you're hooked up to city water, you want to take a 40-minute shower, you'll have hot water. So great deal. Step forward here, we get into the Freightliner end of things. These are chassis fuses and components here. And we have our little release that opens our generator hatch. Our generator hatch is already open, which reveals an 8 kW Onan diesel generator as far away from the bedroom as humanly possible, which is what you want. So you won't hear this. Air horns are in here and working great. Tested those earlier. Nice setup here. Very nice setup. All right, so there's the outside of our 2022 Newmar Kountry Star 3717. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please don't forget to ask for me, like and share our videos, and subscribe to our page. We'll see you next time. This is Chris Anderson from Mount Comfort RV.